You know, of all the times I have read different scriptures and I read that Jesus healed the blind men, I didn't realize there were two guys that were hanging out together that were blind. Matthew chapter 9 is two blind men. It wasn't just one, it was two. They had grouped together and come together, and they were following Jesus around, crying and crying out to him, Master, Master, give us mercy, heal us. They pushed through. They couldn't see what he was doing. All they had to go on was what they believed, their faith. They didn't get to see it happen. They didn't get to see all the other miracles. They didn't get to see all those things. They heard it. They heard the chatter. Said, you know what? If he's done it for them, we're going to cry out, we want to be there. And they pushed through. Through a disability, if you will. Pressed onward. Jesus' response to them in Matthew chapter 9 is, according to your faith, be it unto you. And they were healed. He didn't pray. He didn't lay hands. He didn't scoop up the mud this time and shoved it in their face. He just said, according to your faith. Matthew chapter 21. Verse 21, Jesus answered to them, verily I say unto you, if you have faith and doubt not, ye should not only do this which is done to the fig tree. This is during the time frame the disciples were walking and cruising down the road, and previous in the day that Jesus commanded the fig tree to die because it wasn't producing fruit. They came back later on. This is where we are. Jesus said, all things whatsoever you ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Later on, Jesus said in Mark chapter 9, verse 22, all things are possible to him that believeth. How important is your faith? What are you believing for, and what are the actions you're willing to do for it? In, where was it at? Mark chapter 11, verse 20 and 26. I'll read it again. And in the morning as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. Peter, calling to remembrance, saith unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursest is withered away. And Jesus said unto them, have faith in God. For verily I say unto you, and this is what we just quoted a few moments ago, but shall believe that those things which he shall show him to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Verse 24, therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. And we got to finish this out correctly. And when you stand praying, forgive if you have aught against any, that your Father also which in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive you yours. Have faith in God. The literal wow, I couldn't say entrepreneurship the other night, and now literal isn't coming out. Hey, I said entrepreneurship really well tonight, or today. Have faith in God. The literal translation is have the faith of God. No doubt, no unbelief. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. We can all quote it. We can all see Pastor Henry standing here. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Rubbing his fingers together with the substance, the actual what you have. Faith is the substance. Faith is the item. It is the action, the evidence of things not yet seen. Faith is your evidence of what still is going to happen. Faith is the weight. It is the anchor. It is the piece of the puzzle that says all the things that we're believing for. Faith is the evidence of those things we're wanting, those things that we desire. The woman with the issue of blood, her faith was activated by her actions. If she sat there and said, I believe that if I just touched the hem of his garment, but sat over in the corner and didn't move, what would have happened? Nada. Zilch, 9, nothing. Nothing would have happened because her faith was that if I can just touch him. It didn't matter anything else. The moment she pressed in, the moment she made a move, the moment she took her faith, added action to it, got up out of the shadows, pushed forward, and actually made an effort and touched his garment. That was the only thing that mattered to her. Not being ridiculed, not going to prison, not going kicked out of the city again, not shame, not guilt. Nothing was going to stop her, because you saw in the video clip when one of the I guess he would have been a Pharisee. He looked a little sad, you see. Okay, bad joke, but I had to throw it in. One of the Pharisees and religious, that's funny. My entire crew over there just going. The religious leaders were already after her. So we've already kicked you out. She said, but I got to push through it. And the moment they started coming at her, what did she do? She ran in. She pressed into God. When you start having faith, when you start believing something, and the enemy comes to kind of block you from walking in your faith, it's not the time to run and hide. It's the time to press into God and activate your faith by touching the hem of his garment.